I'd like to elaborate on the selection of the product that I referred to in the last video. I used an example of a water bottle to give you an idea of how simple an object may seem, but how complex it really is with all the grooves and the screw top and the cap itself. I mean, there's there would be a lot of different measurements that you'd have to take to get that water bottle modeled in SolidWorks. However, that's not going to help you for the final project. So what I'm trying to accomplish is that you would work through labs 1 through 9 on a consumer product that you've picked out, and I'll explain here in a second, and then use that for the final project. So picking this product out is such a key important thing, just because it'll make it easier at the end before you get into the class. So what I wanted to describe is that you need to pick out a dynamic product, because you're going to be mechanical engineers and your whole world is going to be about moving objects and the forces that apply within moving parts. So what I like to show you is a few examples that I've had around the house. Obviously I have kids, so you're going to see some toys, but the premise of all these, it has been designed to move. When they sold that product to whoever it needed it, or whatever, that product was meant to be used in the utility of what the design was. For an example, let's just start with the simplest Matchbox car. Okay, it's a one-dimensional movement. Okay, this actually has a spring in it, spring-loaded, so when you bring it back, it swings forward. You even have doors, I think. No, the doors aren't open. But I guess the idea about it is, once you take this apart, you'll notice that there's a gearbox in here. You're going to have axles, the wheels, okay? So strictly aesthetics. I don't care what it looks like, okay? However, the mechanics need to be identical to what you're modeling in the program. So once again, this is an example of something that was designed to move, okay? So you have to take that and get that gearbox apart. Another thing, this is just a bigger one, okay? Same concept though. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter what you do, the premise is that you're using something that was designed to move. So I'm pretty sure this has the same mechanism. Yep, there you go. Okay, this one's actually a little bit better though. So from that standpoint, it might be a little better to do something big, but ultimately you're doing the same idea. I don't know if it works all the way, but Spider-Man's web slinger, okay? There's going to be a spring loaded in this. You're going to have a release of that spring, and then you're going to project whatever web slinger or whatever you want to call it, okay? This is not important, but inside here in the mechanism to shoot, there it goes. Hey! So the mechanism to shoot that is what you're going to be important to, okay? Once again, it was designed to move. Let's see, I got another car here. Same little thing. I think the wings move. Same idea. Okay, a little more practical. Okay, so you see one of these. Okay, notice how there's a spring in here, and this is meant to move in. It's supposed to slide. Okay, notice there's actually going to be a gap in there, so this is not perfectly identical to what that is. That's what I'm trying to make you guys notice, that it's all about precision. Okay, so at the same time, this is able to move, but you're able to apply a force with this bottom part. So you'd have to open this up and figure out what mechanism, what gear is going to be in here, to then hold that and not allow it to move out. Okay, so really good example here. I mean, you're not going to get any better than this right here. It's a can opener. I mean, my goodness, this is literally, literally looking at the gears right here. So this is probably your prototypical idea. Trying to see here. So, I mean, like I said, kind of simple, but this is a wine opener. It was meant to move, open and down. This opens up, okay? This comes down. You have a screw part, okay? So there is some mention, which I guess would be the idea of a Swiss Army knife, or a pocket knife. Would be something like that. Hey, here we go. I found this one in here. It's been used in forever, even if it has. So this is nose hair trimmer. So I think the idea about this one is that there's electrical parts, but when you take it apart, you have a spinning blade. Okay, and that spinning blade obviously has gears in here. It's tied to this. Okay, but this is an example. If you use something that's electronic, we don't care about electronics. I don't want you modeling any circuits. Strictly mechanical. Okay, so like I said, when you take this apart and you start looking at the battery and the joint, I'm not really concerned about this. I want to make this part move. Okay, that's what I'm trying to concentrate on. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of examples, a little more context of what I'm shooting for, and please reach out if you have any more questions.